Hey there, gardeners. I'm Dave with Growing the Home Garden. Today we're going to talk about a very common problem that happens to a lot of squash, and that is when the flowers don't actually open up. So here I am in my beautiful little squash plants here. I've got two of them growing side by side in one of our raised garden beds. Let me show you them. Now, as you can see, they are looking really nice. The flowers are nice and open. There's a male flower right there. There's another male flower that is done blooming. And if you look over here, you've got a female flower right there. Now, the female flowers, a lot of the times, will refuse to open. Oh, check out all those little pollinators in there. Got some ants, got some little bees and stuff like that going on too. Really cool. But anyway, sometimes they do not open up. And usually that is because the plant is all stressed out. It's had some growing conditions that aren't exactly ideal, and it just doesn't want to open up, and the fruit itself is fading and collapsing and is not going to generate anything happening. So what do you do about something like that? The best thing to do is to treat the soil. Now, we all know the saying, feed the soil to feed the plant. So that's exactly what you do here. You make sure that your soil has got some nice, rich, composty type material. So add a little bit of compost to the ground, maybe some soil amendments, things that are higher in phosphorus and potassium and not in nitrogen. Nitrogen promotes a lot of leaf growth and stem growth, and you're not really wanting that. You want to focus on the fruit and the flowers. So for that, you want the phosphorus and the potassium. The other thing is to reduce competition. You notice in here I've got these weeds here. This is Bermuda grass that continually creeps into my garden. Keep that pulled back as much as possible. Get that out of there. You can see Bermuda grass here. It is very invasive because of those rhizomatic roots that just go all the way across through the ground, under rocks, around stones, through your plants. I hate these things. So if you take care of your plant, take care of the soil around the plant, good compost material is what you're looking for primarily. You notice there we've got another female flower coming out. Flowers are already open here. That's where everybody's going to be pollinating at, with the male flowers that are right next door. So we should be getting some really good fruiting off this plant. As you can tell, there's already one forming right there. So it's really not a big deal. If you do have flowers that are not opening up, give it some time, add some compost to the soil, make sure that you're watering correctly, that they're getting enough water, because water is one of those things you don't think about. Too much water, too little water, the plants cannot uptake the nutrients from the soil properly. So keep a very good watering schedule that waters deeply in the ground, maybe a little less often to build better roots. We've been going through a drought lately, so we've had to water practically every day just to keep a good moisture level in the garden. And you can tell the soil is not that bad looking. We amended it with some compost soil this year in this bed. You can check that video out before. We did that a few weeks ago. And it's doing really well with these plants here. What we actually did with this bed is we amended with a 2-inch layer of soil, and then we planted directly into that. We used cardboard down to prevent any weeds from coming up, which, as you can see, worked kind of okay-ish. We have a lot of cardboard material down there that the roots of the Bermuda grass were just able to kind of scoot through. And that's just Bermuda grass. It is just one hard weed to get rid of in the vegetable garden. So if you're having issues with blooms not opening, just remember, start with the soil. That's where you need to begin. Amend the soil properly, and it's going to start to help your plant with this problem, as well as several other problems that could be nutrient deficiencies or water regulation issues. So if this video was helpful, hit the like button, subscribe. I'm Dave with Growing the Home Garden. Thanks for watching.